All right, so the next question is kind of a long one. Marco, looks like it's directed at you. It says, hey guys, question for Marco. What's the best way to dominate brand SERPs when the brand name has multiple variations? Example with dash in between name and spacing between name. All profiles are mostly using the preferred name. And then through the organization schema, I have specified the brand variations, but still rankings are fragmented for other variations with some SERP results completely irrelevant to the brand's industry. Any advice on the best approach? Tried tiered links and PRs with minimal success so far. So Marco, that's going to be for you.
Yeah. There's not much that I'm going to give away for free because I charge a whole lot of money to do this, guys. To validate and then solidify the entity in such a way that what you're talking about, which is some ambiguity in the term, so that all of it is cleaned up. It's going to take schema. It's going to take brand plus keyword association, and it's going to take, I mean, most of the things that he's mentioned. I think he mentioned that he's run link building gigs. Didn't I see that?
Yeah, tiered links and PRs.
Yeah, that's not enough. The PRs have to be done in a certain way, and you have to include your entity in the PR, and you have to include what it is that you're trying to clean up, what you're trying to bring it together. You're trying to create, and I'll give you this, because we've mentioned it live before and in public. You're trying to create the parent-child relationship.
Yes.
But you're trying to make sure that the parent is never confused with the child. So think of George Bush and G-Dub. They're both George Bush. And so if you don't create that parent-child relationship, you just say George Bush, but which George Bush are you talking about? Are you talking about the father or are you talking about the son? Well, G-Dub or George Herbert Walker Bush, right? We have to know, and we have to specify to the bot which thing it is that we're talking about, which thing our main thing is, and what everything that's related to that thing, what everything is, and how it relates to the main thing, and how does that main thing then relate also to its children. So of course they're children, but how do you call to them? How do you call to one another? That's part of it. Schema is only going to take you part way there. It's branding, and it's entity work. And I can tell you that I did one. I cleaned one up in 90 days, where it was just totally fucked up. And then another one that I ambiguated by mistake. It took me nearly a year to clean it up. And so with that much work, is that something that I'm willing to just give you a consultation on in a free forum, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, because his next question is similar in that he says also, what types of schema can we nest inside organization? Just getting into this, and it seems like a fascinating branch of SEO. And so what I would suggest is you go join the Heavy Hitter Club.
Exactly.
Rob and Marco go in, balls deep into real technical SEO stuff, schema being a big part of that now. So I would recommend you check out the Heavy Hitter Club, because these types of questions, that's what they live for in there. It's that kind of stuff. So, and just like I've mentioned before, when you're talking about nested schema, it can get very, very complicated quick, unless you know what you're doing. And it's not that you can nest different things inside the organization. It's just that you reference certain things. And so I've been using schemaapp.com to be able to write that kind of schema, because I don't have the patience or the desire to learn how to kind of code that shit out by hand like what Rob does. So I've been using Schema app, and they've got some good training in there, but it's training specific to their app, just so you know. But there's some good training in there. But if you want to learn the concepts, really well, then I recommend absolutely go to Heavy Hitter Club. That's what it's for. So we're just about out of time. We are out of time.